I won't lie to y'all, this one took a little bit longer than expected because our boy was running low on LB stones. Today is the day that we finally get to show off Miyu on the global side of the game. And Miyu, what is she? She is the absolute powerhouse of this crossover, right up there with characters like Salt. First ability is Paralyze Resist level 10. Her second ability is Eliminate level 2. You unlock this at level 110. And the next one is Another Magical Girl. This is her unique passive, and this will autofill her art gauge by 10 for the first 120 seconds of a quest, and you get 200% arts damage up when HP is 80% or more. That right there is dumb, because keep in mind, a character like Mikey has to be at full health to even get his full 200% crit damage buff. As for the entire kit, we have a skill that's able to give us art gauge by 3 for 10 seconds. We have an art that's able to reduce the enemy's dark res by 50%. We have a true art that's able to increase our attack and accuracy by 150%. And we have the super art that gives us 100% defense ignore to our entire team and buffs up human units damage by 200%. Next, we have her slots. Her slots are going to be a 5-star magic, a 5-star physical, and a 4-star magic. If you take this girl all the way up to LB7, her 4-star magic can now become a 4-star defense. In terms of best in slot stuff here, a nuking list would be something like Beatrice's Crown. This pretty much gives you 100% damage up to Miyu. If you don't have Beatrice's Crown, you could also use something like True Testament for a magic res down, or even an eraser bit to help the team get more art gauge. In terms of the 5-star physical, any item that's going to be buffing up dark damage will be really great on her, or any item that's able to give you magic damage up as well. Something like True Creation is one of those items that's able to give you that magic damage up. And for the 4-star magic, in terms of nuking, you're going to be going with something like Nui's Parasol. If you have it, it's going to be a dark res down on the giant boss specifically. If you don't have this, then anything else is able to buff up your magic damage or your attack should be perfectly fine. Now, in terms of a sustain list, if you wanted to go with that, for the 5-star magic, you look at something like Exceed Zex, Victor's Catsuit, or Ren's outfit. The 5-star physical, True Creation, are going to be the best one, especially for sustain, since it does give you that art gauge on top of the magic damage buff. If you don't have True Creation, you could just go with like Curse Light Sword or whatever else. And in terms of the crest slots, ladies and gentlemen, what am I going to be recommending on her? Well, you already see it here. These are the two crests that I feel like you should get on her no matter what. Since she's going to want to fill out that nuking role and that attacker role, being able to give her art gauge up is insanely valuable, and also attack up is insanely good too. Now it's time for us to review the animations. We have the attack skill here, which is just a little zap with the wand. We have the skill where she jumps up in the air and does a little beam. We have an art right here that does a beam attack and then it slowly moves up on the screen. We have a true art, which is Gay Bulg. If you guys watch Fate, you will know that this is Lancer or Cocolin's weapon that he uses. And if you really know Fate, you also know Scotty used that at one point as well. And we have her super art. She activates it, hops on the horse, does a little like, I don't know what the block thing is right there. It slashes all over the screen and does some massive damage with that. I think this is supposed to be her activating like Medusa's eyes or something, like the little like blocks you see, but yeah, it's a little bit weird. I like the super art a lot. The true art I like too. I really wish this was kind of the super art, to be honest. And I like too how with the true art, they actually gave her accuracy, because if you guys know, whenever Cocolin throws Gay Bulg, it's supposed to always hit the target in the heart. So it's a nice little touch of detail they did with that one. So because of all that, you know, I'm gonna say Miyu's like an 8 out of 10. Her skill animation is extremely whack. Oh, not her skill, it's her art animation. I don't like this just because it looks like they put it in Photoshop and just rotated her, but everything else in her kit I really like. So yeah, I'm gonna say 8 out of 10. So this character's pretty dumb, and this is gonna be the new comp that we're gonna be trying all of her shenanigans out in. As you see, we have the Melty, the Miyu, the Forte, and the Ren. If you look at the equips, we actually have no way to give ourselves crit damage through any of our equips or any of our units. Since Miyu gets the 100% defense ignore, I thought it was kind of unnecessary. The only reason why you probably want crit damage is for floor clearing, which for this specifically, we're not going to be doing floor clearing. We're just going to be trying it out against the training battle. If we were doing more stuff where we needed floor clears, I probably would put on a true EX gate here just so we were able to clear floors pretty quickly. Yeah, super arts right there. I mean, of course, this is against the training battle, so the BE output is quite insane. And watch the damage right here. Watch whenever she transforms. Okay, you see? And then wait, boom, just gone. Absolutely gone. If you actually wait for Ren to go off with the magic res down, then use Miyu super art, it's pretty much instant whenever the boss dies. As you see, Miyu with 9.5 million, everyone else doing a pretty decent job. But yeah, pretty crazy in terms of the damage department. And like I said, if you want to try that out like in an event, I don't know how good that will go. Let me see how well this goes. If this only has 2 stages, it might be possible. But if this has more than 2 stages, it might not be possible. Let me see. Okay, we killed that, and then... Okay, yeah. So if an event only has 2 stages, this type of setup where it's just 100% defense ignore should work, unless... Let me see what we got for the BE output department. Yeah, see, like, I have my BE already. Okay, never mind. There we go. I was gonna say the BE is still a little bit short, which we're still kind of shy on that. But as you saw right there, Forte and Melty almost killed Shiro before Miyu and Red even got to go off, because Miyu actually does take some time to get her damage to go through, since she is having to transform before she slashes down. But as you see right there, still dealt 4.6 million with just that setup. This would be what I would use if I was going into like more of a mind situation or a longer form content. Of course, being able to drop out Rin for possibly like a Shiro or another type of tanking unit to help out everyone else would be pretty nice. But as you see here, we are all humans, and that means that we're going to be benefiting from Miyu's buffs. But not only just that, but also we all benefit from Haruto. However, I would say that I don't know if I'm completely sold on using Miyu as a sustained character, just because everything about her to me screams nuking more so than anything else. It's not like I'm saying that it's necessarily bad if you use her in sustain. I actually think that it's quite the opposite. Her kit definitely has stuff in her kit that allows her to be used in sustained comps. But yeah, I feel like just her buffs and everything would be better elsewhere. Also, another thing that is kind of a weird timeline that we're getting into in Grand Summoners is that a lot of characters now, especially super welcome characters, have so much arch-gen in their kit by default. Like for example, Miyu, as you see, has 10 arts per second, every second for 120 seconds. But what that pretty much translates to is that if you have a bunch of characters that just give themselves like 10 arc gauge, you could start using teams where you only need one arch-gen. Because there's so many super welcome characters that just give like 5 arts per second passively or 10 arts per second. Whatever the case may be, we're getting to a point where we don't need like 2 arch-geners anymore, which is just crazy to think about. As you see, though, we actually are fully stacked now with all of our shenanigans, which means we can now go crazy with Miyu and the girl Rin alongside everyone else. And I think that is going to be time on that. Yep, that's going to be it. No extra damage coming out. And that was 3 minutes against this fight. I'm curious to see the damage numbers. I feel like they're going to be extremely high. I don't remember who was the last character we did this with. Was it Shaltir? No, I think it was Rin. Yeah, and then look at that, 324 million just going at the boss 24/7. And one thing that I will say in harder content, at least when it comes to Miyu, is that she's going to be slick, one of the better characters to actually use whenever you need like a character that is able to hit as hard as her. The reason why I say that is because she has 100% defense ignore, and 100% defense ignore is never countered. The only time this character will really get like stopped in her place will be if you fight a boss that is immune to magic damage or immune to dark damage. If those are the case, then GG. Or I guess if you fight a boss that has human killer and you're not able to protect her with like a tank, then yeah, that's also GG. But Miyu, man, what can I say? Kind of a nasty unit, a little bit nasty. If she had a support slot instead of that 5-star physical, she might be one of the craziest characters to just buff up any human damage character in the game. But she doesn't have a 5-star support. Unfortunately, she has the 5-star physical, so she's gonna be the main attacker, which is perfectly fine. But overall, this character is insane. I would say she's definitely one of the better attackers we have in the game right now, due to the fact that she's so self-sufficient, helps out the team a little bit, plus the human damage buff, just everything. So much stuff just to capitalize on this character. Either way though, fam, that's gonna be it for this one. Thank you all again for coming out. It's been your boy P. If you enjoyed this video, have you check out either one of the videos popping on the screen right now. Great content, guarantee you'll love them. Oh, and one more thing before you leave. Don't forget to drink water.